This video lecture explains about the Lambert's algorithm in distributed mutual exclusion. So after completion of this video, the students will be able to understand the Lambert's algorithm and also identify the drawbacks and complexity of this algorithm. Next we see about Lambert's algorithm. So the Lambert's distributed mutual exclusion algorithm is a permission based algorithm which is proposed by Lambert, and in permission based timestamp is used to order the critical section request and to resolve any conflict between the request. In Lambert's algorithm, critical section requests are executed in the increasing order of timestamp. That means a request with a smaller timestamp will be given permission to execute the critical section first than the request with larger timestamp. So here we are having three types of messages: request, reply and release, which are used, and also the communication channels are assumed to follow the FIFO order. So what is by request message? What is the purpose of request message? A site send a request message to all the other site to get their permission to enter into the critical section. So by the use of reply message, a site send a reply message to requesting a site to give its permission to enter into the critical section. Last message is release message. That means a site send a release message means this message is sent to all the other site upon exiting the critical section. So every site SI keeps a queue to store the critical section request ordered by their timestamp. So the request queue denotes the queue of site SI. In this algorithm, a timestamp is given to each critical section request using the Lambert's logical clock. So the timestamp is used to determine the priority of critical section request, and always the smaller timestamp get the highest priority. Next we see about the algorithm. The algorithm split into three stages, that is requesting the critical section, executing the critical section and releasing the critical section. First see the requesting the critical section, that means to enter into the critical section. So when a site SI wants to enter into the critical section, it sends a request message, request of TSI, I. That message is sent to all the other sites and places this request on the request queue I. So here TSI denotes the timestamp of site SI. Next, when a site SJ receives this message from site SI, it places this request into the request queue J and returns the timestamped reply message to the site SI. Next stage is executing the critical section. So SI enter, if the site SI enter the critical section, then the following two conditions are hold. First condition is SI has received the message with larger timestamp than all the other sites. And the second condition is SI's request is at the top of the request queue I. So these are the conditions to enter into the critical section. Next stage is releasing the critical section. So when a site SI exit the critical section, it removes its own request from the top of its request queue and sends the timestamped reply message, that is the release message, to all the other sites. When a site SJ receives this release message from the site SI, it removes the SI's request from the particular request queue. Next, see about the correctness of this algorithm. This algorithm says the Lambert's algorithm achieves a mutual exclusion, which is proved by contradiction. Suppose two sides, consider the two sides Si and Sj are executing the critical section concurrently. For this to happen, the conditions L1 and L2 must hold at both the sides are concurrently. So, which implies that at some instance in time, say t, time is indicated as t, both the two sides have their own request at the top of the queue and the condition L1 holds at them. From the conditions L1 and FIFO property of the communication channel, it is clear that the instant t, the time request of Si must be present in the queue j when Sj was executing its critical section. Hence, Lambert's algorithm achieves mutual exclusion. The second theorem says that Lambert's algorithm is fair, which is proved by contradiction. The distributed mutual exclusion algorithm is fair if the request for critical section are executed in the order of their timestamp. Suppose a site Si's request has a smaller timestamp than the request of another site Sj. Sj is able to enter the critical section before Si. So for Sj to execute the critical section, it has to satisfy the two conditions L1 and L2, which implies that at some instant in time, Sj has its own request at the top of the queue and also received a message with the timestamp larger than the timestamp of its request from all the other sites. But request queue at a site is ordered by the timestamp, and according to our assumption, Si has lower timestamp. So, Si's request must be placed ahead of the Sj's request in the queue. This is contradiction. Next, we see about the message complexity of this algorithm. Lambert's algorithm requires invocation of 3 into n minus 1 messages per critical section execution. So, these 3 into n minus 1 messages includes n minus 1 request message, n minus 1 reply message and n minus 1 release message. The drawback of this algorithm is unreliable approach and also high message complexity. Unreliable approach in the sense failure of any one of the processes will halt the progress of the entire system. So the second drawback is this algorithm requires 3 into n minus 1 messages per critical section invocation. This is the performance of this algorithm. Here the synchronization delay is equal to the maximum message transmission time, so which requires 3 into n minus 1 messages per critical section execution. So the algorithm can be optimized to 2 into n minus 1 messages by omitting the reply message in some situations. So these are all the possible questions in this topic. The first one is examine the Lambert's algorithm with the required pseudocode, and the next one is complexity and the performance of Lambert's algorithm, and also the write down the drawbacks of the Lambert's algorithm. Thank you.